cash in my pocket
200.
because I like cash.
Yeah.
You can get people to do things if you hand them cash.
Yeah. But I mean, but that's also the danger, right? Cash is the solution and the problem. But
200's not 200's enough to get something, and it's not gonna make me cry if I lose it. I'd worry more about losing my driver's license and my ATM card.
Mm. uh, sorry, my fountain pen just exploded all over this desk. One second. Okay. I'll clean it up after. Okay, let's get started. 10:14. Um, oh, we are recording. Oh, holy cow. Whoops. Okay. I didn't know we're recording.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just started recording.
I just started. Okay, okay, cool. Well, welcome to week 11. It's been fireworks galore already. So all kinds of fun things to talk about. I got this is a sweet little uh caricature from Ben Garrison, who did a lot of fun political stuff for the last decade, really. So yeah, good times. And Trump's been making some psycho statements. It's amazing. The sell-off doesn't concern me. Markets go up and down. I don't see a recession at all. We'll
Can
have
you
the greatest
scroll
markets.
back down for just a second? I want to grab that off the screen. Okay, got it.
So yeah, crazy statements from Trump, and wow, just all kinds of weird things happening with Elon and everything. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll take a look at our polling data, and AAII sentiment is still really bearish, so we'll take a look at that. And oh, I'm not sure if next week is updated. But yeah, I'll be speaking next week, and I forgot who the other speaker is. I'm doing 1 hour on commodities, so obviously precious metals focused and some other stuff. We'll talk uranium, copper, oil, and the other top things. So that's coming up, and we'll do our top two idiots of the week. We'll keep it short and sweet in just a bit. And let's fast forward past this. We'll look at our index overview, like we usually do. And as a addendum to our fear and greed index, courtesy of CNN, we love the market breadth indicator there. And I found a nice article on a deep dive on VIX trades. It's really heavy, so I left the link here, but it's too deep. So we'll just go over one of the key diagrams. And they did a single stock fragility listing. So we'll take a look at this, which is pretty cool.
Can you paste the link
Yeah, yeah, it's right here.
into the minutes, just so I don't have to search for it
Okay, it's in the chat.
and chat? Yeah, that's the word.
But yeah, check this out. And again, this is adjacent to our constant weak market breadth theme. So we will definitely take a look at this. And finally, people, I think, or I guess the mainstream trading community is finally waking up to recessional fears. And I'm here for that. So should be good times. And we'll look at the stock traders almanac, of course. And we'll look at also our usual volatility on a seasonality scale, especially in a post-election year context. So that should be exciting. We'll do our usual sector rotation lookup as well with everyone's favorites. So if you have any tickers, get them ready. And pivoting to earnings, we got some fun intel from JPM. So yeah, there's or oh, sorry, Goldman in this case. We'll take a look at um, their overall, I guess, zeitgeist for the remaining tickers for this quarter. And we'll take a look at our usual suspects among the Robinhood crowd for our counterparty analysis. And pivoting to our core news cycle, lots of great macro news headlines. Let's fast forward to that. Oh, I collect a couple of important charts and graphs here that we'll take a look at as well. Okay. And here's some overvaluation charts here that we'll talk about, the classic Warren Buffett indicator and doing a deeper dive of price to earnings. So it should be good. And from the international side, here's the 40-year bond yields. Not a danger at all. So we'll take a look at that. What else? We'll take a look at our trade wars and see just the Google Trends alone is spiking drastically. But yeah, it should be exciting. We'll take a look at JP Morgan's overall strategy. And we'll look at that, look up. And what else is fun here? Oh, we'll talk about the U.S. deficit. So long-term bondholders are sure paying attention to this, especially. And then if you guys look at a deeper dive of CPI data, we'll take a look at those different sectors and particularly energy and airfare costs are tumbling. Oh, and Southwest has screwed the pooch and has done a total bait and switch and is now going to charge for bags. So it is no longer the people's airline anymore. So I guess the bean counters got to them after all. All right. And then, but yeah, we'll take a look at our usual Black Swan list. No updates there. But Theaters of War, we do have some significant updates. So we got some updates from Kursk, and we'll take a look at that. And I guess the so-called Axis of Evil is meeting yet again. But yeah, we'll take a look at this. And the Houthis are about to pop off more RPGs in their favorite shooting gallery. So that's exciting. But yeah, pivoting to currency news, we'll take a look at the latest with Trump and Binance. This is shenanigans galore. This is going to be screwed up. Oh my God. And what other fun domestic things we have? Oh, yeah, we'll definitely take a re-examination of Tesla. And despite the Oval Office's I guess, blessing of Tesla, I don't think this will go very far. And this is kind of reminiscent of 2021, if you guys recall. Fiery, but mostly peaceful. And yeah, good times. But yeah, we'll take a look at Tesla issues. And there's been significant Tesla vandalism. I know a lot of Tesla owners, but I haven't heard anything just yet. But I've seen local footage of some serious issues. And but last I checked, this definitely would be around the T word, right? So political violence, just because you don't like someone else's opinion and you're assaulting their property. Yeah, that's not going to end very well. So yeah, good thing most Tesla owners are not armed and dangerous. All right. But speaking of armed and dangerous, in case you had travel plans to Chicago and St. Louis, maybe reconsider. Okay. And then USAID is doing its usual burn and slash agricultural methodologies of destroying evidence. So that's exciting. And but yeah, we'll take a look at Southwest just a bit and look at the whole jets sector and see how everyone's shaking up because we haven't looked at them in a couple weeks. All right, and then pivoting to real estate news, we'll take a look at our home builders ETF with ITB, and we have some continued fallout from this is USA directly, but yeah, the DC bubble is popping. So all the NGOs, all those weird consultants, all those grifters and professional con artists, yeah, they're screwing the pooch now. Good times. And then pivoting to tech news, lots of great stuff here. Oh, thank you, Larry, for the Intel headline and momentarily. But yeah, we'll look at iRobot and their shenanigans. And here's a 9-day snapshot. So in case you're looking for a long put candidate, this might be fun. And what else? We'll talk semiconductors, obviously. So we'll take a look at Intel's latest developments, and yeah, we'll take a look at their new CEO. So thank God there's some competence back at the helm. So the actual engineer, at least one engineer, is on the leadership team, and somehow Kamala won't just sell off to the sunset nicely, but. Someone invited her to an AI conference, and we'll take a look at her 1 minute word salad. It's hilarious. And we'll take a guess of what substances she's on. So good times. And pivoting to job news, we'll take a look at more Doge cleanup crew effects, and the 200,000 count of government cards that got turned off, all the fancy Amexes, made me kind of remember the old proxy count of looking at population growth. If you guys remember, we talked about this a while ago, but the proxy for China's economic collapse during COVID in 2020 was electricity consumption. So if you look at GFC data, before we got the headwinds, we saw industrial electricity consumption in China chopped down by a third. Kind of remembering that the other way to verify population is cell phone counts. And we know China is definitely lying about their population numbers, but yeah, definitely the number is under 1 billion. There's no way it's more than that. And I'm sure India is doing similar shenanigans. So, yeah, interesting adjacent proxies here. Cool. We'll take a look at the Department of Education, and maybe we should dig up the tickers we listed. Was it 4, 5, 6 weeks ago on shorting the Department of Education related stocks and see how they're performing? Okay, cool. And then pivoting to international news, we'll take a look at the 1855 crew of Burgundies and Premier crews and all the other shenanigans of alcohol from Bordeaux and whatnot. So the left bank's finest. And again, this was my past life, so good times there. And we'll take a look at that. And then pivoting to oil and commodity news. Oh, I don't have a single headline. So yeah, I mean, crude's been kind of boring. What is it? 66 and a half right now.
Oh,
Um,
gee.
yeah, XLE's not been fun. All right. But metals have been exciting. So yeah, we'll take a look at that, and we'll take a look at the latest gold charts and whatnot. And I got a fun some fun silver data to look at as well. And as we speak, gold is 29.79 and silver's about 33.72. So nice and strong for the week. And then we'll take a look at some China news. A little light on my side, but we'll take a look at the shenanigans between Beijing and Walmart. And in the latest in geopolitical 6D chess, Duarte has been dragged kicking and screaming to the Hague. China's like, what the fuck? That's our boy. Dorte's daughter was like, "Oh no, they took him by force, and they didn't take his health concerns into consideration." I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? This guy's chopping up death dealers in the streets." So I mean, drug dealers in the streets. So yeah, um, for once, the ICC has some balls, kind of hilarious. But yeah, they're not going to drag Putin to Europe kicking and screaming.
No, it was the current people in the Philippines that did it. The ICC didn't have much to do with it.
Yeah, this is
They
hilarious.
used it as an excuse to get him out of the country.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same.
Yeah, so hilarious. It's awesome.
He
Good
didn't
time.
pay enough people off.
Exactly. Not enough black duffel bags. Speaking of black duffel bags, is Mayor Bass still not resigning? Um, and she's can I say it? She's the T word. If you look at her earlier professional tenure, this person is very deep into that side of the world. But yeah, um,
He was radical.
yes. Kind of like Mandela. Mandela was denied by the Innocence Project and Amnesty International multiple times because he is not a prisoner of conscience. He is not worth worshiping at all. It's not just him. It's Gandhi, Mandela, Mother Teresa, and who's the other one? Che Guevara. Like the dumb college kids with Che Guevara's posters on the walls. Like they don't understand who this guy really is. That's Fidel Castro's leading executioner. Yeah.
Well, and they consider him great, and they're trans, and they have purple hair and lesbians.
Yeah.
He beat them half to death.
Yep.
From off
but
the
but
road.
his poster was on college walls in the 60s. His
Yeah.
poster's been on college walls forever.
Yeah, I remember he was on t-shirts. Every day you'd see him on a t-shirt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Nice poster.
freaking Mike Tyson has a tattoo on his ab of Che Guevara.
Oh God.
Like Mike's gone up and down in his life. I understand. Like this was maybe I think this was during the Don King phase. So like it's okay. I mean, oh yeah, that's right. Chairman Mao too. It's like okay, boy has some issues. It's okay. Yeah. Um. All right. Cool. Yes, that's the highlight reel. Let's go to the top and oh, welcome to the folks just popping in. Let me drop the session notes for you. So yeah, welcome Joe, KS. Welcome Kurt. All right, we got the band here, the full band. Okay, cool. Let's start off our poll of the week. Let me know where you think the S&P 500 will go by next Thursday. And let me get that fired up. And hopefully you guys can make the next Saturday SVOG meeting. I forgot the other speaker's name, but I'll be speaking on commodities. So we'll do a nice deep dive on obviously gold and silver and the other commodities that you can't just print out of thin air. And yeah, other than
You,
that,
you should look at the softs. There's a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
people,
yeah.
saying that OJ and coffee and sugar and all those things are in danger zone.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I'm finishing my deck. Yeah, I'll have to pivot to soft
A
after that.
glance at them.
Cool. Where's our polling results? Where'd that go? Okay.
I didn't get an email with the Saturday meeting. Was that sent? Did anybody else
Not yet, I
get
think.
it?
It's let me double check for you. 1 second, Joe. Where's the calendar? Oh, calendar. Next Saturday, the 22nd.
Oh, not the Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, 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 no worries. Sorry.
Hmm.
Cool. And then oh, Kurt's here. Do we have an update on our next live meeting potentially, Kurt? If you know?
No, I missed the last operations meeting, so no update.
Okay, cool. And oh, I have to call the old Elks Lodge to drag out our projector. Oh, I forgot about that. I keep forgetting. Um, Warren needs to write that down.
Yeah, I'll send them another email too.
Yeah.
Can't remember if you were on the last one.
Oh, man. More homework. Part of I have to get that done. Okay, SVOG projector. Okay. It's a lot of work to run SVOG. Holy cow. Okay.
Notice.
Yep. Okay, where's our results? All right. 20% bullish, 60% sideways, and 20% bearish. So yeah, lot of middle of the road folks. So yeah, I think I would concur. Uh, let's go to our AAII sentiment data and review our question of the week. And let me make sure my NASDAQ spreads are still alive. Okay, looks like we're seeing more bearishness compared to last week. Still pretty bad. Oh, yeah, spreads are good. Okay, cool. And to this week's special question was, do you think other investors are too bullish or too bearish right now? 35% say it's about right. 32% say too bearish. 24% say too bullish. 9% not sure. Quite the Goldilocks conundrum here. But most of these folks aren't option traders, so they can't squeeze out income quite like us. All right, good times there. And let's do our quick idiot of the week. We'll just do the top two of the week because we want to be respectful of everyone's time. So let's see who the top losers are this week. All right, let's see. Terrorists blew up my account. Let's get the party started. It's been real, retards. Was up 6,000, now down 17,000. 100,000 loss. I want to go home. Not safe for work. Lack of loss posting is suspicious. That's awesome. Um, any top folks you guys want to do? Let's do terrorist and 100,000 person. That should be
Yeah.
all right. Excellent. Okay. Let's see. Not my first rodeo, probably not my last. He's trading on Robinhood. Shaved off a $500,000 account. Went long Tesla, $300 calls. Oh my God. Um, and Caterpillar, Reddit. Oh my God. These are certified losers. So RIP. Wow. Let's go to the charts real quick. I haven't looked at Reddit. Let's see. I know the IPOs, the post IPO price is not doing well, at least. Okay, and this is a Chinese owned social media company now, so it's in a Tencent portfolio. So this definitely would qualify as Panda Tech still. And let's take a look at Caterpillar. Let's see. Oh wow, I didn't know it was this bad. John Deere must be a disaster too, still, right? What's that? DE? Right, John Deere's? Yeah, John Deere's. Oh, John Deere's doing a lot better. Okay,
It's
that's
holding up.
yeah,
Amazing. Yeah,
surprise.
people got to eat.
Yeah, but
Potholes don't matter so much.
right, but the right to repair, policies there are just still insane. Like it's a SaaS subscription just to turn on your freaking, combine harvester. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's see what the top comment is. Thanks for making me feel better about my losses. Group therapy at work. Let's see what we can discern from this loser. Lots of posting history. Holy cow. Can't spell. That's definitely not good. GME to 100,000 or something. I'm not an investor. Either way, I'm not selling. Oh my God.
He's in GME.
GME?
4 years ago, 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
original run, right.
Yeah.
Either I make enough profits to open up my own restaurant or I end up back where I started. Just buy Wendy's stock, homeboy. Um, what did Flav say? Talking about subscriptions, Adobe is down 14% today. Oh, hell, hello. God, and as a marketing guy, I've hated Adobe products in the last 10 years because I don't want to keep paying for Photoshop. What the hell's wrong with you guys? I don't want to do subscription models. But yeah. Okay, that's incredible. Okay.
Oh, what's even worse is subscription models for Acrobat Reader.
I know, that's insane. And then WinRAR's in the corner, like, hey guys, I'm just here to support you for free. uh these and software used to be free, VisiCalc and that whole homebrew philosophy. We've lost our way. All right. All right.
If anybody wants to know, Sumatra PDF is awesome.
Sumatra PDF.
So fast.
Oh, that's cool. I've never heard of this. Thank you.
Yeah.
A lot of us are using, Libra or OpenOffice, the Apache suites and all
I
that.
have like 100 documents open, and it opens in way under a minute.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm trying to learn.
I have 100 over like 100 tabs.
Okay, very cool. Links
The
in the chat.
multi-platform?
I don't know what she said. PC is what I'm running.
Yeah, but can you run it on a Mac?
No. This is
Okay,
PC
strictly
only.
PC. Okay.
Yeah, PC only. No Linux yet, but yeah, or Mac. Cool. Thanks. All right, loser number two. 100,000 loss. Been looking for a bounce. Never got one to get out. Position Twilio 135 calls expiring April the 17th. Might as well be April the 1st, homeboy. If somebody asked me why I did get in at the first place, the stock was already down 25% from a recent run up. Earnings were good, and I saw a strong base around 110. Didn't have patience until we see a clear signal. FOMO got me. And he melted down $100,000. Wow. Um, okay. Let's go to the charts. Who's been trading Twilio? So much for open APIs. Let's see. Earnings was a disaster. Let's see. Gap down. Looks like good beats, but probably guidance was a disaster, obviously. So, nice rip your face off collapse here. And we're right at the zero line for actual momentum. So, yeah, we might be touching a 200-day moving average here pretty soon. Um, Maybe I should look at Twilio as a shorting contender. Let me write those down. All right, cool. And it's down 6.9%, the magical number. Okay, now it's 7. Okay. Good times. So yeah, thanks, Twilio. Okay, so those are 2 losers. Hope you guys feel better about yourself. All right. Good times. And in case you were wondering, here's our SVOG rules for not to be an idiot. And then if you do want to be an idiot, we do have a checklist for you as well. All right, excellent. Let's pull up our big charts and go over our 4 indexes. And per the usual, we'll go in from smart money to dumb money. So we'll go futures, big boy options, and then retail, of course. And by big boy, I'm of course referencing the 1256 status, right? So tax efficiency, that's for black belts, high belt moves and whatnot. Because you know, I was rereading Kiyosaki stuff in the last couple of days, and again, he has a really great point, which is they don't teach you about taxes and debt in school, even business school, even in accounting and finance classes. I didn't see a lot of like real, like personal finance applicable data. It's just not a concern. You have to chase that yourself, which is why we're all friends. But yeah. Okay, good times. So here's the ES for you, the future side. Let's just take a look at the momentum side first. On balance volume has definitely been in the negative side of the house since a little bit after since Valentine's Day. And oh, holy shit, tomorrow is steak and blowjob day, March 14th. And that joke pissed off our former court jester, which I won't name, but I'm sure you guys can put 2 and 2 together. So yeah. I made fun of her because I said she doesn't know what steak and blowjob day is, which is why she's getting divorced. Little tasteless, little crude, but she's also robbing her ex-husband blind. So yeah, okay. All good. Welcome, Adolfo. Guten Tag. Let me share the session notes for you. All right, cool. All right, back to our chart. So here's ES again. We're seeing a lot of sell-offs in the future side of the house. And what's today's put call ratio? Let me just drag the little thing here. All right. And again, we know that on red days, smart money likes to cash in their shorts and they pick them up on green days. So don't read too deeply into the ES's put call ratio. The real barometer of daily operations, especially for my zero DTE crew, it's the SPX. So fair value, as we know, is 1.3, and we're right there at 1.258. So business as usual. So when you're seeing like the big red days, like earlier this week and whatnot, yeah, just pivot to the put call ratio so you can get a true approximation if the knife is really falling. And I know it looks grim out there and it should be, but it's not quite falling just yet. There's more room to go. And then let's look at the SPY, the retail side of the house, where hope springs eternally. Today we're actually retail's a little scared, and rightly they should be. But yeah, they're 0.253, so right at their baseline behavior. So yeah, buying the dip has not worked, and I got some cool charts to show you guys of how if you've been buying the dip, this is like dip buying number 4 or 5 in the last several weeks. That's been ripping portfolios apart left and right. So. Yeah, and then I'm just really grateful to be selling daily income because I really don't care what the market's doing. It's fascinating. All right, good times. Let's pivot to the Nasdaq, and here's the Nasdaq futures. And again, I'm still learning the baseline put call ratio numbers here. But yeah, it's been in the sell-off mode for quite a while on the future side. So yeah, also getting into that halfway mark between the 200 and 500-day moving average. Let's go to NDX, our big NASDAQ 100, the 1256 side of the house, where most of us are maybe printing our money. down 2% for the day. And we're at 0.862. So some dip buying here. Is it justified? I don't think so. Not with NVIDIA at 115. But yeah, let's pivot to the Qs for the retail side. And as you see here, we're pacing what we saw with the S&P, where we saw a sort of post-Valentine's Day peak, and we're not recovering from that. But there is a lot of also dip buying here, 0.886, and fair value for the Qs is 1.3. So this is a little bit aggressive, but it's not paying off, right? Like, where's the recovery? It's just been dip, 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 and more dip. So yeah. Let's pivot to the Russell and look at we'll start with the rut because let's see let's actually look at the futures. Sorry. I need to force myself to look at the put call ratio here. So 0.675, that's really, really bullish, even with my limited knowledge. So yeah, but look at the charts. It's been in sell-off city since mid-Christmas. It's been a disaster. And we're blowing past our 500-day moving average now. Tested and broke. That's disgusting. I know Adolfo's selling call spreads here all day. All right, let's take a look at the rut, the 1256. So confirmation of the future side as well, breaking the 200-day and 500-day and holding. Let's go to IWM, the retail Russell 2K, and looking at momentum wise, it's not quite as bad as the sell-off just from December, but this is more from like mid-January. So yeah, and again, small caps is a fair barometer of overall market health, right? Especially market breadth because it's 2,000 tickers, and these aren't Mag 7 plays all day. So folks who actually have to earn a living by producing and trading goods and services instead of grifting off government largesse and whatnot. Cool. But yeah, put call ratio 1.568. We know fair value is 2.3. So the Russell 2K is the more, bipolar index and is constantly and chronically depressed because, hey, small business life is really, really tough, as a lot of you guys know. And, I come from the retail and restaurant side of the world and would not recommend that. It is a nightmare to run a small business. It's really a slave employee business. If you remember Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant, the S quadrant, those are for slaves and specialists. Like, the restaurant owns you, you don't own the restaurant. Yeah, would not recommend. Let's pivot to the diamonds and just look at the DIA. And again, some fear here. But yeah, fair value is 1.0, so 0.987 is right on the money. But yeah, we're kind of not as bearish as the other sectors, oh sorry, the other indexes. So from a index rotation or index strength point of view, in the line of Bubba Horowitz's thinking, diamonds are holding up. Like it's incredible. So yeah. And what is VIX right now? 25.91. So it's been glorious for all of my credit selling homies. Let me just show you guys the beautiful VIX curve. And each day just adds the volatility. Just like, look at that. Each day you make more and more money as risk goes up and the SPX collapses. It's just been magical. And like most of you, I'm waiting to pick up really cheap long VIX plays, and I kind of need some green days to pick those up. So yeah, we'll see that coming around the corner. And I have a really nice, very thorough VIX article to show you guys in just a bit. All right, cool. So that's our indexes. Questions, comments? If not, let's do a deeper dive and look at fear and greed from the Clinton News Network. And the aggregate score at the moment is 15 for fear, which is very fun. Yesterday was 20, a week ago was 17, a month ago was 43, and a year ago was 71. So much for seasonality, huh? We got Trump, blasting a bazooka in every direction with tariffs. It's a shit show. Like, holy cow. And then we have Elon doing all kinds of shenanigans. So yeah, crazy. But yeah, here's our 125-day moving average, and we've broken well below this nice buffer zone that we used to have. And if anything, from just a from a pure distance standpoint, this drawdown has exceeded the former, I guess, upward peak. So yeah, this might be an asymmetrical collapse if we continue down this path. And Trump's like, yeah, I don't care about the sell-off. Yeah, those statements are really helpful as well. So crazy. But yeah, looking at the Heisenberg omen, looking at the 52-week extremes for the New York exchange, we're definitely on the extreme fear side. So again, a lot of the money is just concentrated in Mag 7. So we're going to see more pain from lack of market breadth. And here's the McKellen index for that official market breadth standpoint. And yeah, we're kind of on those extremes already. And we're going to ignore the other studies here because from my opinion, they don't do it right. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, and then here is the single stock fragility that I was hinting about in the preview. So let's go to the parent article. It's a little heavy, but let's just review this top chart. And this has a lot of VIX-centric strategies and breakdowns. We don't have time to go through all of it. And to be frank, a big chunk of it is above my head or over my head. So yeah, or we don't have time
It's
to.
not SOFR.
Yeah, yeah, that's a big one.
That's like way past most people.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't quite have the time to get into the esoteric, regulatory environments there. But this is a measure of fragility events. So what they did was they basically here we go. They took the top 50 stocks and looked at their 1-day return and divided it by its 21-day trading volatility. So it's a ratio of the 1-day performance against the 3-week volatility. So yeah, and
Actually, that's a month.
pardon?
Depending on how you look at it, 21 days is actually a month.
A trading month. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Fair. So a calendar month, as it were. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So yeah, we're at relative extremes. So incredible. And I'm just so excited. Like I don't care what the market does, but it's gonna go somewhere fast. So yeah, and again, this is a great article. Lots of deeper dives on just VIX and gamma risk and some other stuff. So take a look at this. It's a little bit heavy, but yeah, good times here. All right, cool. Let's take a look at our stock traders almanac, courtesy of Jeffrey Hirsch's research team, and let's take a look at March. Mid-month strength and late-month weakness are most evident above. Recent record: S&P 13 up, 8 down. Average gain of 1.1% and the fifth best. Rather turbulent in recent years with wild fluctuations in large gains and losses. March 2020 Dow declined 13.7%, worst March loss since 1938. March has been taking some mean end-of-quarter hits from down 1469 points in 2001. And last 3 to 4 days, Dow was a net loser of 22 of the last 34 years. And NASDAQ was hard hit in 01, down 14.5% after a 22.4% drop in February. Second worst NASDAQ month during presidential election years, and third Dow month to gain more than 1,000 points in 16. So yeah, lots of volatility. And let's look at April. April is still the best Dow month, average 1.9% since 1950. April 1999 is the first month ever to gain 1,000 Dow points. And 856 points in 01 and knocked off its high horse in 02. Up 16 straight years of 06 to 21. And April 20 Dow was up 11%, the best April since 1938. And it exhibits strength after the tax deadline in recent years. Stocks anticipate great first quarter earnings by rising sharply before earnings are reported rather than after. It's rarely a dangerous month. Recent exceptions are 02, 04, 05, and 22. Best 6 months of the year end in April. Presidential election years since 1950 have averaged 1.5% for the Dow, 1.3% for the S&P, and 0.9% for the Nasdaq. And end of April, Nasdaq strength fades. But
I
apparently,
was asleep. Did you cover March?
yeah, yes.
Navalier says first half of March sucks, second half is great.
Yes. And the fulcrum is right now, which is steak and blowjob day, which is tomorrow. So here's the
What is that?
pardon?
I'm old. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh man, you guys suck. Can I
Hey,
type?
I can look it up.
It's on Wikipedia. Oh yes. I did.
I'll look it up. Don't worry about
Here it is. All right. If you don't know what this is, your love life is in a plateau. It's in a rut.
it. Okay.
You guys need to get out more. If your wife or girlfriends have never done this to you, something's not right. Okay. The reason that's actually working, because if you look at this chart, right, and shout out to Ross for digging this up for us, it's right here. The cusp, that's literally like March 14th, March 15th, And then you look at this right here, the February decline, that peak, that intra-month high, that's February 14th. Like, come on, guys. There's patterns. Stockbrokers and traders and retail traders respond to incentives. And economist, or I guess rebel economist Aaron Clarey says, GDP is really a measure of, sorry, let me take this back. GDP per capita is a measure of the average woman's hotness. And there's a good case to make for that. Because why do men work hard? It's not for fun. I mean, there's a good chunk of us do for fun, but it's for sustainability and for women, right? So yeah. Okay. And that's why the vast majority of SVOG are all men. Like the girls don't need to trade. I've been here since I was 21. I've seen thousands of traders come and go. It's just guys mainly, and mainly OCD engineers. All right, good times. All right, let's talk sector rotation. This is the fun part. Please prepare your favorite tickers, and we'll look at the weekly and dailies, and look at the individual tickers and our top subsectors of the S&P 500. So yeah, here's our big 11, and let's go to our table view. Our top least losing loser is consumer staples, and worst is consumer discretionary for shrinkflation and other items and tariffs. So yeah, very tariff fragile sectors here. So excellent. Let me grab this screenshot for our notes. All right, let's get the weeklies here. Oops. Oh, sorry. My click and drag did not go cleanly. Come on. Ah, okay. Let me do this again. Come on. Okay, there we go. And let's get the daily one to get a little more surgical. Okay. Okay, cool. So utilities doing well, energy, industrials. Losers include communication stocks, a lot of 5G stuff, banks, and consumer discretionary. Okay, good to know. Let's grab this for our tables. That's the weeklies. Here's the dailies. Okay, excellent. All right, let's do the individuals. And if you guys have any tickers, please let me know and we'll drop it in here. Otherwise, we'll go with our default list and we'll see how that's shaking up. Any tickers, guys? All right. Let's go to weekly. Oh, sorry, let's go to weekly. Okay. All right. Chinese tech stocks still flying high. Makes me mad. Uh, for folks who's that's maybe I'm gonna get us all banned. Let me keep my mouth shut. Okay, sorry. All right. Losers include DJT stock. Holy shit, DJT is under $19, guys. I mean under $20. It's ridiculous. This stock should have never existed. Like, I'm a Trump voter, but this is retarded. Okay. There's heroes and zeros on both sides. And let me be the first to state that this and all the other shit coins is a travesty. Okay. Holy shit. And look, a lot of crypto here. What is Bitcoin at? I'm sure our former court jester is in deep in there.
Bitcoin is just hammered.
What is it today?
I don't know what the number is, but
80, 80, 80,
Yeah,
80.1. Holy shit.
Holy cow!
Michael Saylor is in trouble. Yes, Michael, you are in trouble. Micro strategies. Yeah, buy high, sell low. No, sorry, he's borrowing to the hilt at the heights, and then negative carry all the way. So yeah, um, wild times, wild times.
So can you zoom in just a little bit? I don't care what's on.
Yeah.
I got what I want.
That's what she said.
Well, no, I'm
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. Let me drop this into the notes. Any other tickers you want me to throw up here? If not, I'll just let me look up the dailies for you, Dave. Okay.
I
Daily.
like those charts. When we get to daily, that means something.
Yeah.
I'm not trading anywhere near weekly. I would look at scan for weeklies, but then, what are you going to trade next week is coming off dailies.
I'm with you. Yeah. And the market is moving so fast that I would only trust the shorter term stuff, honestly, because there's tariffs, there's geopolitical risks, there's all kinds of things happening. There's US middle class meltdown, all kinds of stuff. But
Trump gets out of the wrong side of bed.
Elon tweets for him. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But it's insane right now. And USAID and Epstein, nothing burgers. If aliens landed tomorrow, we would yawn.
So, there was a rumor that they went to a IKEA and bought like little beds, so they don't even have to leave the building, or they don't have to commute.
That's crazy. What's the alien conspiracy? I forgot. Operation Bluebeam or something? Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, the fake alien invasion. It's called Operation Bluebeam. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Cool. All right. We're not going to go in that direction, but
Okay.
we'll talk at Denny's, right? Let's talk at Denny's. Yeah. And okay, I was tempted to give out drugs at the Valentine's Day hangout. But it would be really funny just to light up spliffs with all of the SVOG veterans. And it's not like you guys have never tried weed, so don't give me that shit either.
Yeah, you're not old enough to realize that when you get old, you can't drive drunk, and it means something else.
But we have on gig, we have on demand transportation now. So yeah.
Well, no, yeah, I'm just
Yeah, I'm with you. But yeah, hey, and I just realized, I think it's because I'm Asian, I'm not white, but the best hangout, in the spring is St. Patty's Day. I should have held the happy hour or a hangout for St. Patty's Day. And then by the time I realized St. Patty's Day was next week, I was like, oh shit, it's already Wednesday. So yeah.
But you'll never find a place.
Bring your own beer. We'll grab a good pizza parlor and just take it over. Pizza my heart, wherever, cheap pizza, good beer. I'll buy it by the pitcher and we'll all get blasted and we'll light up joints in the parking lot. It'll be hilarious. Okay.
So Cinco de Mayo and April Fools.
April Fools?
Yeah.
I mean, traders aren't like sailors super and being superstitious, but
I'm just thinking when I was in college, we just drank for whatever reason.
it's Monday, we're drinking. Tuesday, we're drinking.
No, no,
It's Wednesday.
Thursday. We always go drinking on Thursdays or Wednesdays or
Thursday's mandatory. Thursday evening is the big night for college kids.
and
Yeah.
actually Sunday nights were when you wanted to go out dancing.
No wonder you burned out your heart.
Well, no, that's when you get the girls that are fun and they're bored and they're excited to, they're not on date night with their
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Last call for tickers in our beautiful sector rotation tool from stock charts. And again, from the key takeaway as a trader is if you take away price and you look at stocks and equities or any instrument if you look at it from a overvalued versus valued perspective, this is what it's doing. So it's
So
always
you buy when you're coming out of flagging, into it
exactly,
improving on the way up,
exactly,
and you sell when you're in leading down to whatever that was.
exactly. And then I don't know if you guys probably don't follow Michael Maloney. He's Robert Kiyosaki's gold broker, but he basically expands this idea of overvaluation and valuation with what he calls as wealth cycles. I mean, it's not magic. It's really dumb. I mean, it's really simple. It's like this. Uh, every
So,
sector is moving against other sectors relatively, and your job is just to ride the wave or short it, whatever you're doing, and just know where you are. And
yeah, it's
right
called
now,
sector rotation.
right. And scaling this out, like between say real estate, the S&P, and gold. Gold's obviously kicking ass and just beginning right now, and equities is on a downtrend, and so is real estate. And yeah, it's not complicated, but yeah,
So that's where you do pairs trades. So if the market crashes, everything's going to go down, but you
right,
can
right,
say, oh, tech versus,
right. And the fun part is picking your duration and instruments and your time horizon. Then the strategies differ,
well,
you
that's
get
why so
right.
pairs trade takes a lot of those problems out.
Right. It's a lot more shorter term. But on the longer term scale, it also works too, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just drop this link in the chat. And yeah. Okay, cool. If there's other tickers, we can circle back to this. All right, let's talk earnings for a second. Lots of our high rollers have already finished, but we do have a couple of big ones still. Today we got what? DocuSign, Ulta Beauty, what else? Li Auto, my favorite Chinese EV short for the last 2 years. There's some other lesser known tickers, but a lot of the headliners have finished already. So at least with the Goldman Sachs team, they're kind of calling more bad earnings to dominate. So they got some good intel here. This is a little bit more finance centric, which look, the market isn't run on fundamentals anymore anyway. So take this with a grain of salt. But yeah, this is a fairly deep dive, so we're not going to get into it too much. But yeah. All right, cool. Let's take a look at the retail counterparty, the Gamblers Anonymous future members here, and see what they're trading really quick. Let's drop this in our notes. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, here we go. So the kids are looking at Tesla, very bearish here. So obviously 343 negative posts versus 221, very bearish. And you have to remember, like for the Robinhood crowd, they loved Elon until the last 6 months. So yeah,
Yeah. To the left, turned against them.
fickle fans, very fickle. All right, number two, Nvidia, Intel, nope. MicroStrategies, Apple, nope. Q's, GLD, Google, Line, CPI, Adobe, BTC, TQQQ, TSLQ. What is this? Reddit, Palantir, nope. Hood, Advanced Money Destroyer. Uh,
What is war?
The buzzword, the buzzword.
after Apple.
It's the buzzword. It's not a ticker. It's just
Oh, okay.
it's coming up a lot. So this is
Got
a
it. Yeah, yeah.
misattribution. It's a false positive. Yeah. But yeah, what is TSLQ? Is that a inverse Tesla or something? What? I don't see anything. Oh, I don't know. TSLQ. TSLR. Is that a misspelling? What is TSLR? I don't know. Maybe it's a misspelling. I don't know. Okay. But yeah, that's what the kids are gambling on. Oh, welcome, Gary. Let me share the notes for you just in case. All right, cool. Let's see. All right, pivoting to meta to our macro econ news. Let's take a look. And again, I still love this meme. How is Hunter Biden doing? I love how he's dropped off the radar completely. What
I have a
is
meme from this week.
he's what?
I have a meme from this week.
Can you post it in the chat?
No, but I'll post it on
Okay.
Discord.
Hunter Biden is homeless and millions in debt in the LA fires? What the hell?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
his painting
Oh,
parts not
oh.
anymore.
His worthless watercolors are smoldering heaps. That's hilarious. He admitted as a teen to abusing cocaine, spent periods in rehab. The Yale graduate admitted infidelity was the final factor in his 24-year marriage. Yeah, probably raw dogging crack whores and strippers is not a winning strategy for your marriage, Mr. Hunter. Okay. All right.
And his illegitimate daughter.
Yes. Only in America is there a stripper's daughter whose grandfather is the former president of the United States.
You know shit.
What timeline are we in? Like, God, all the boys who fought for Iwo Jima and everything, God, they would shoot us, at this point. Like, God. Okay. Is this survivor's guilt? Maybe. Holy shit. Okay. All right. Macro. I didn't paste the articles because it wasn't worthwhile, but I did want to look at some important charts. So here's some recessional data. So pre and post recession. So the market likes to do a sell-off 3 months beforehand, and the worst drawdowns happen after Uncle Sam finally throws in the towel, right? And what's the retarded monkey's interpretation of recession? 2 negative quarters of GDP growth or lack of growth? Yeah. Okay.
The whole world's doing that.
Right. We're living in denial. I know, I know.
Yeah.
So here is post inauguration market performance, maximum, median, and where we are. So counting 11 elections since 1984. So yeah, we're approaching the intra low here. So yeah, nothing to worry about, guys. Keep buying the dip. Here's the Buffett indicator, the very crude, just stock market to GDP and a little overvalued, huh? Definitely printing money to no end for M2 money supply and exploding revolving credit doesn't affect this. And then looking at price to earnings, also looking a little frightful. So yeah, nothing to worry about, guys. Just keep buying the S&P. And then the real backbone of the Nasdaq is Japanese bonds, and the free money train is ending. So yeah, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be very bad. And then here's uncertainty rising as trade wars escalate, and just the use of the word uncertainty. Yeah, very, very bullish, very bullish. Okay, so with that kind of a preamble, let's take a look at JPM's quant and analyst team. So looking at the CTA action, looking at hedges. Yeah, here's the Nasdaq. No surprise here. Very, very bad non-dip recovery moves here. And then Again, here is my case for saying that RSI sucks ass. And, if you look at RSI, right, the common philosophy, if it's over 70, it's oversold. Sorry, overbought. If it's under 30, it's oversold. And this continuum is not really useful. And let's look at
Well, it did go over 70 in that sort of flat before it crashed.
yeah, I just again I just want to poo-poo on RSI. And
No,
again,
no, I totally agree because you don't know when it's going to cross the line the other direction.
right, right. So this is not a historical view, even though it's presented as one. It's not quite what it is.
Your
Um,
chart is highly compressed, is the big one for me.
right here, yeah, yeah, okay. But let's look at the cues for the last 90 days, right? It's been in kind of sell-off zone, and I think this is a lot better than RSI. You get a true barometer of current and past action.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. So just want to point that out. And the cool thing here is here's notional losses by ticker, which is awesome. So again, this is I'm beating myself up. Warren, why aren't you balls deep in all of these shorts? I know, and I got more capital clearing and wires coming on the way. So don't worry. More the spring military campaign is just getting underway. So yeah.
You're not alone. I
Yeah.
do this every year.
Yeah. So great checklist. Here's the year-to-date losers. And if you're not aligned with this on your shorts, you should be. So great checklist here. I know Flav's taking notes. So yeah, good times. So there's some other stuff that we'll skip, but yeah. Okay, cool. Let's talk deficit for a second. And again, M2 money supply. You know what? Let's look at the Fed M2 money supply. I don't want to just talk about it. This is a show and tell pony show after all. All right, cool. Yeah, printing a lot of money during post-COVID didn't inflate anything, guys. Inflation's transitory at 2%. God, this is an
So,
obscene economic reality that we're living. Go ahead, Dave.
so there was a connection between USAID talking Jay Powell into printing money.
Ah, so the grifting
There's an
can
article that talks
continue. Of
about it.
course,
I need
uh,
to grab it because
right.
I don't want to yell at Jay Powell. I think he's the only not a criminal since 2003.
I
And
mean,
even Greenspan started the housing stuff.
uh, he has the least blood on his hands. How about let's call it like
Well,
that.
he's going to battle with the EU and the Brits. I mean,
That is fair. That is fair.
Yellen just plain printed money. She was the escrow,
She was in a enablement princess.
and Bernanke just he was printing money because his buddies at the banks would be saved.
Right. And his book said he'll literally drop money out of helicopters. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
so crazy. But yeah, here's M2 money supply. So in case you were hopeful about the US debt ever being solved by Trump's, bullshit golden, residency card, yeah, that's not happening. So yeah. Okay. Let's just talk macro. February taxes only covered half of spending. Uncle Sam can write a lot of bad checks, but you and I will be jailed for that. So I think that's a little unfair. So yeah, very optimistic. Okay, let's go to CPI. So I'm sure you guys saw that. It was a little cooler than expected. So I guess buoy the market upwards a little bit. But overall, we saw strong declines for airfare and what was the other one? Sorry, let me fast forward. It was like transportation and airfare. So translation, how do you trade this? All right. All right, here's airfare. Jets. This is the basket of US domestic airliners. And this is not doing very well at all. Holy shit. And we're going to talk about Southwest, but we might as well pull up their charts right now. So looking at Southwest Love, um, kind of slipping, huh? Kind of downward dog position kind of thing going on here. Not having a great time. American Airlines, also very choppy, very rough. Let's look at the top dog, ALK, Alaska. Alaska, oh man, that is rough. That is very rough. This is Jim Norton's favorite airline. I hope he bought a hedge. And why am I not shorting this?
Well,
Okay. And I saved the best for last. United.
yeah, don't forget Delta.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
forgetting.
oh, I think we're all traumatized by Delta, so try not to talk about them.
Oh,
Here's United breaking its 200-day moving average, and also maybe a nice short candidate for Warren. But yeah, thank you for reminding me. Here's Delta. Uh,
Whoa,
wow. The true sector leader, sector loser. Holy cow.
500 day.
Damn. Yeah, broke 200 and 500. You know what? Let's relook at the Jets holdings by percentage really quick. This might explain why it's being dragged down a lot. Delta's number two. Okay, yeah. Okay, my hypothesis was correct. All right. There's the big three. I mean, it's all pretty close, right? Big four, all about 9 to 10%. But yeah, wow, Delta having serious problems. Excellent. All right, all right. Class dismissed, guys. Short Delta and you know, you know.
Southwest?
Oh yeah, Joe.
Southwest?
Yeah, Southwest, love. And Southwest is capitulating on their free bags policy. So, all the perks we love about Southwest are gone. It's just more nickel and diming and squeezing. It's kind of like Las Vegas. Like all the service, the free comps, they're all gone. It's just money grabbing now. It's not fun anymore.
so
I'm,
what was the trigger? How would you get ahead of this? 10 weeks ago, back at the first of the year. Or
well, 10 weeks ago, I'd call you crazy because you don't know what Trump is going to do, right? So,
I knew everybody's going to get afraid because of tariffs. That was a given.
yeah. But we always knew the economic meltdown was going to accelerate, and it was going to accelerate under anybody's watch in the Oval Office. It didn't matter. So this was going to happen whether or not tariffs was kicking in. I think it might be. It
Tariffs
might,
was always going to freak people out. That was predictable.
I think without the tariff drama, this would have not been as bad, but this was still going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Delta guys, DAL. Let's check out what it's paying. What is that? 77%. Monthly is at 64. Oh, what's the Jonathan Massey rule of thumb? If it's 64% volatility for that time period, the at the money buy right will be 10% of this. So it'll pay 6.4%. Let's verify that. If I sell a spread, wait, he does a true buy right. Oh, no, this should work too. So the 39 cents, 39 on 250. No. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, sorry. I'm thinking something else. Okay, sorry. Disregard. Okay. But yeah, that's the CPI play at least with airlines. What's the other sector? Energy. Energy is harder. I still think there's a war premium risk. Charts don't defend that. But here's XLE, right? Let's pivot to energy for a second. Right, like natural gas is trading, God, like it's trading more excitedly than crude oil. It's bizarre, but yeah. But yeah, XLE is kind of not sector leader at the moment just yet. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so that's CPI fun stuff, and let's zoom out a little bit. Let's go to our Black Swan and Theaters of War list, and let me make sure my Nasdaq positions have not imploded. while I've been hosting court here. Okay. No, I'm good. Yay. Okay. All right. Um, okay, theaters of war. All right, lots of shenanigans. So yes, looks like the Kurds counteroffensive now has been for nothing, and we're just sending meat into the meat grinder on both sides. It's a travesty, and the Ukrainian conscription videos are horrific. I don't have the stomach to watch them anymore. It's just sad. And everyone knows you're gonna be sent to die. But yeah. Um, and Zelensky is all over the place, right? Like between the cocaine binges. Like, where is Zelensky right? Is he still in America? Where is Zelensky?
No, he's in Europe,
He's
I believe.
back? Okay. Oh yeah. Putin pulled a Zelensky. He put on the green fatigues. It's intense. So yeah. Is the Trump and Putin peace summit going to happen? Where and when? It's all over the place. So yeah.
It's happening. I think it's still on schedule. But somebody in Ukraine blew up shit in Moscow.
Yeah.
It's
That's that. Yeah.
and
Like.
and Russia has just been ripping on them. The
Can we
those damn. So we all thought that we could fight off anybody. I've been watching drones. Drones scare the shit out of me.
You should be. Yeah, can we stop poking the bear?
Exactly.
Please,
I mean,
please.
they've learned everything about all of our weapon systems. That's just insane.
Yeah.
I mean, uh, and the whole world's weapon systems are now completely understood by Russia and China and the terrorists, and it's just insane.
And let's remember who actually has hypersonic missiles that have demonstrated their
Yeah.
accuracy and utility. Only one side has, okay? And it's not us.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Um, Musk has a prototype of something he says will go incredibly fast, like 5 times faster.
I treat Musk like I treat Beijing. I never take him at face value.
No, it'll take 3 or 4 years, but
Yeah.
he's got a bunch of um, skunk work projects.
And more in the works, I'm sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
I would drop satellites on people. I know that there's math.
Um, I would like to talk about some space age weapons. Hell, I've known about the NSA space station 15 years ago, but like I'll be disappeared if I say too much. Okay.
120 satellites fell out of the sky in January. I mean, this is all sort of a plan. So,
Space
yeah,
Force
Chris.
Space Force's primary mission directives is resource denial in space. You can do with that what you will. All right. Iran, China, and Russia, they're gonna talk shop in a little bit. But again, I've been paying attention to the Russian and Chinese airspace issue, and these two are not playing well. They're both flying their jets the long way to avoid crossing into each other's airspace, which is not the act of a true ally. So on paper, China and Russia are natural. No, sorry. In theory, China and Russia are allies, but in practice, they're not, because China is the psycho ex-girlfriend that's, raging, doing bait and switches, and pissing off their most important trading partners, which is Russia.
They got a hell of a long border.
That too, yeah. It's naturally going to be contentious. So yeah,
So China grabbed a chunk of territory too, like
yeah.
a big.
Yeah, the Pacific is all fucked. The Japanese, the Russians, it's all bad. So yeah, we're gonna see more devastation in the Red Sea. But yeah, and then Gaza peace talks. I'm lost because every day it's a big shift in the other. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Okay, enough geopolitics. Let's go back to fun stuff. The US dollar. Holy crap, what the hell happened? Our 108, 107 collapsed to 103. Hey, I ain't complaining. Gold is up in a big way. But yeah. Um, yeah.
So the other one that would be interested is that short-term debt, all the credit card loans and payday loans.
Yeah, the buy now, pay later chunk, right?
Right. You had
Yeah.
an index for it or something.
Well, we know
'Cause-
them. Upstart is it's only two players mainly, or the two big ones, right? Upstart is one that we loved post COVID. They're having a rough time testing the hell out of its 200-day moving average.
well,
And
but that's I was thinking payday, like when people get trapped in their, I don't have any more money, I want to borrow something.
right. The Rob Walker doesn't like this term, but we call it the predatory lending sector, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good word.
I gotta defend Rob. He is the former proprietor of three check cashing establishments, and he would push back and say, "No, it's not predatory. It's a reasonable rate of return. It's a reasonable rate given their credit history and situation."
70% per year.
Whatever the legal maximum is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, surprising. I didn't expect this, but yeah. Okay, cool. And but yeah, dirty Chinese Chicoms and Trump family members should not be talking to each other. This is not good for anybody. And this makes the Hunter Biden paintings, the 10% of the big guy stuff look like a joke. And this is devastating to the Trump legacy. And to me, this shows lack of true commitment to the cause. So if everyone's planning to bail out and cash out, then this term is really going to be a shit show. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm not holding my breath. Okay, good times. Let's talk domestic news. And yeah, lots of Tesla news is everywhere and vandalism. Hell, it's pretty brutal. So let's first go to the Tesla stock. And holy cow, it has lost half of its market cap from a couple weeks ago. It is crazy. So yeah, and Elon's still the richest, but it's pushing it. So yeah, we went from 488, we're at 240, guys, and 488, 492. That was 12/19, a week before Christmas. This is
You would say that
crazy.
that's about a 400 center of mass. Like
Yeah.
in the case of that, I would be thinking center of mass, not peak.
Yeah, well, today's put call ratio is a very bearish 1.0. So yeah, Tesla's in trouble. And we should have been shorting the crap out of this. Yeah. And even with Trump's support, I don't see this resurrecting Teslas. Oh, the Model Y was the most selling car in the world last year, but I don't know if this will continue. And there's a lot of hate. Let's go to Reddit really quick. There's substantial Tesla hate. Let's take a look really quick. Just top post for the month.
Don't forget the super duper truck is banned in UK.
Yeah, the fake semi. Yeah. Um, word on the street is Elon has a botched penis implant. Makes a lot of sense. But yeah, Elon, yeah, very unpopular. We don't have time to go through all of this, but yeah.
Did you put in the picture of the Tesla that the Cybertruck the guy tried to float
It's float. No,
in
Cybertruck.
LA, in
What?
Ventura? He sank his Cybertruck.
Oh, this is fresh news. I didn't know about this. Okay. Wow. Breaking news, guys.
Yesterday.
Hold the presses. Driver backs Tesla Cybertruck into water at California Harbor. Wow, that's such a good picture. Wow.
He was launching his jet ski. He launched his Cybertruck instead.
That's funny.
Yeah, but the thing that I think what caught the some comments in the internet about this is that I think there was a statement by Tesla or Elon that the car would be sealed and water would not come in, right? But it didn't happen, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to float.
It
Say
was
that again?
supposed to float.
Oh, supposed to float. Is that, but didn't float, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I can imagine how that would react with the batteries.
Exactly. I was going to say all those
Lithium.
lithium ion batteries. Are-
I'm surprised it's not on fire.
Yeah, it's a good thing, yeah.
That's what they were worried about.
Um, all the fish nearby are electrified at the moment.
Well, but actually, after all this water inside, this guy is a potential bomb until it is fully scrapped, because water infiltration you can't
Right.
remove, right?
Instant thermal runaway risk forever.
And it's
Exactly.
salt water to boot.
Right.
Oh, awesome.
Game over. Game over.
Well, that's one truck for the
Can you scroll
scrapyard.
back to that 25% of California bird flu? Just scroll down till the right side sees where it's stop. Okay, I got it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, San Joaquin. Yeah.
The whole eggs thing.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, this is just a beautiful picture. Yeah. Beautiful. Um, a Cybertruck is God's way of telling you that you have too much money. So
And
yeah.
a not very high IQ.
No. And like, how can you not see that it's ugly? I don't understand. I don't understand.
Well, one of the main reasons that it was banned in the UK was it's too heavy for the roads, plus the sharp edges, and that they were worried about pedestrians that if it hit pedestrians that it would happen like a knife.
Right. I mean, moose are scared of the Cybertruck, all right? It's that bad. All right. Um, Pivoting to more
Well, one of the other things I guess is like most cars and trucks, I suppose, are designed with crushability in mind to reduce the energy in an impact, and that's because of the Cybertruck is so solid and all the panels they don't crush.
correct. No crumple zones. And that's actually I'm actually looking to upgrade my car. So I'm looking for a big old pre GFC era like Land Cruiser, like a big Lexus V8, SUV. Just because I am terrified of the Bay Area drivers. Everyone's on their fucking phone. And every day I
You know,
evade more close calls. Like it's terrifying
do
me.
you not have laws against using your phone in the
They're
car?
not
Yes, you do.
enforced. They're not enforced in the Bay Area. Like nothing scares me more than Karens and Asian girls on their phone and Teslas and whatnot.
Been lots of people here that have been, well, it's a pretty bad fine actually here if you get caught on your phone.
What state are you in again, Gary?
I'm in Calgary,
Oh,
Western Canada.
oh, okay. It's not enforced here because everyone's on their phone. Fuck, the fucking cops are on their phone. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, yeah.
There aren't any anyway.
Do as I say, not do as I do.
Right. So yeah, and then I want a bigger SUV because it's higher off the ground, so you're safer and blah 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 blah. Cool. So yeah, pivoting to more positive news, please stay away from Chicago and St. Louis or wear level 4 rifle plates. And more fun stuff at the USAID office. This is just another travesty and yeah, crazy. And it's bizarre that people are pushing back against this. It's like, wait, so you want the government grift to continue? Like, what are you saying? Okay. And then yeah, Southwest. No more checked bags. It's just been unfun here. And don't forget, if you're fat, you get a free seat. But if I want to just be normal and check in my bag, I'm now rebranded for steerage class.
Yeah, a lot of the airlines have reclassified what you can carry on and the size of your carry-ons.
Right, and they've been changing the seat configurations behind our back, literally. Yeah, it's just not
So
fun.
did carry-ons get significantly smaller?
Sorry?
I don't know how the story could.
Depends on the airline what size they'll allow you to
All right,
use
I'll
these
go.
days.
Yeah, it's airline specific, so it's not a uniform thing, but it's shrinkflation inside the interior basically.
Mm.
Um, Hence why I see like I mean Warren Buffett saw this before during the post 2001 era that smaller jets would rise in response to the TSA and just the unpleasantness of flying commercial. So yeah. And then, I'm
Yeah.
still working hard to get us Honda jets. So it's gonna be a lot of NDX spreads, but it's gonna fucking happen. So we're
Yeah,
gonna
well,
buy
watch out for the tariffs.
shares. Yeah. By then I'll be moved to Japan, so we won't care anymore. But dude, guys, like I swear to God, we're getting a Honda jet. SVOG is gonna have a jet.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was reading the other day that there's a lot of airlines that are getting rid of their Boeing 3, what is it, the Max anyway,
The Max
the
series? Yeah.
737, yeah,
Yeah.
Max there, and they're going with Airbus, the A321, I
Yep.
think it is.
Yep.
And one of the things about Airbus is the overhead in the A320, whatever XLR, I think it is, it has more overhead space than in the Boeing.
They're also wider in the cabin, so the seats aren't as narrow.
Well, it depends on if it's a wide body or narrow body, but
No,
yeah, I
no.
think they are. I think they are a bit. There is a bit more space.
The 737 is basically a 707. Airbus isn't
Yes.
constrained by that diameter. They went a few inches bigger. You can
Yeah.
tell in the seats.
Okay, yeah, mostly French power plants, but they do some Pratt and Whitney versions as well, looks like.
Yeah, yeah, they have the two different engines available, configurations. Yep.
And shout out to the Chinese with their wannabe fake Boeing rip knockoffs. Yeah. Uh,
Wasn't there a lot of issues with that particular plane?
right. And I remember I showed you guys all the purchase orders. Only banks were buying this because they were doing a Fugazi with using the collateral to shadow write other bonds and whatnot.
Yeah.
So not a single real airline purchased the C919. Even China's own airlines didn't buy it. So it's just
Mm.
it's utter bullshit. Okay. So yes, and the reason we again just maybe to zoom out a little bit, the reason why airlines is still important to talk about is from I guess a technological standpoint. You could call this like in the let's say the hypothetical hierarchy of needs from a technology standpoint. This would be the self-actualized, top of the pyramid because you need a lot of things and tech trees to work to build quality airplanes that don't fall out of the sky. And that's why the Chinese can't figure it out because they don't build things from the ground up properly. It's all copy and paste and on off stolen shit. So it doesn't work. So yeah,
Well,
and
it must work some ways because look where their manufacturing is compared to the rest of the world.
but longevity is questionable, right? So and uptime and maintenance. But ultimately, yeah, like to me, I consider like these larger planes as like a capstone species, as it were. Like if the capstone species is having problems, like if the apex predator is having problems in the ecosystem, then the whole ecosystem is having issues at a glance. It's very easy to see. So yeah, if polar bears catch stray bullets, you can bet your ass that the plankton beneath the ice are having issues too. So yeah. Okay, cool. Let's pivot to real estate for a second. And we're going to talk about DC fallout, and that's continued. So yeah, the USA grift is serious. And the stereotypes about these assholes have been true and proven in a big way, right? Like they don't really love the poor. They're just champagne socialists, right? So and looks like they're all, terrible at managing money, and they've been living paycheck to paycheck, on their high salaries and drinking, exotic wines and overspending on company credit cards and whatnot. So yeah, it's just more kabuki theater. So yeah. All right, let's pivot to the fun tech news. We're all techies mostly. So yeah, let's see. And again, I still love our deep seek memes here, so I still left it here.
So
All right.
back at real estate, there was an article that said that Biden's COVID stuff that kept houses from going under has an inventory of 1 million houses.
Oh, so that's new. That's new inventory now.
Well, yeah, it's sitting right on the edge that if Musk turns off that money or Trump turns off the money,
I
there's a
see.
million
Okay.
houses
Okay.
that are default.
Good to know. Wait, can we get what's a good headline for that? Biden houses?
Yeah. Or
USA fallout, USA. Home, let's see.
I'll find the article.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm getting false positive of White House. Okay, yeah, that's not okay. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Thank you for the reminder, Dave. But yeah, here's the ITB index, right? So this is the home builders ETF, and we've seen this just collapse every week. I should be shorting this a little bit heavier then. But yeah, we started the high like above 100, and today we're at 94. So yeah, home building is not going to go well. And if you're watching the ZN, you might see mortgage rates continue to decline to match the 10-year. So yeah. I would not want to be a realtor at the moment. My realtor friends are a little bit worried, and they should be. Hey, want to learn
Well,
to sell credit spreads? Oh no, that's too hard.
well, if there's 1 million houses that need to come on the market, they might have jobs.
Yeah.
That's,
Supply and demand, mofos.
well, I mean, my thought there is everything needs a 25% haircut.
Yeah. Speaking of haircuts, here is iRobot. Uh, you know, This was cool technology a decade ago, but no one needs to buy your shit and acquire your crap anymore. So, iRobot still contemplating how to commit suicide in the most painful process possible. Here's a 90-day snapshot. So, yes, in case you needed additional short candidates, I would encourage you to take a look. But at these prices, you have to go long puts because I don't know if spreads would even work at this point. Let's take a gander. I'm curious since it's, near Friday. Oh God, no market, no liquidity. Oh my God. I don't know what options people are buying and selling, but apparently people are buying the dip. I don't know what drugs they're on, but we need to stay far away from those people. So yeah. Yeah, I'd probably have to go long puts. Yeah. Selling call spreads might be a little hard. You might have to sell like leap call spreads or something. Yeah.
Yeah, puts don't look that bad. The bid ask is only 10 cents, I think.
Only, but it's only this much. The actual
I'm
money
looking
line
at
is
puts over
tiny.
right
Yeah. Okay.
here. Screen is.
Okay. Well, is screen okay?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, let's talk Intel for a second. And thank you, Larry, for the update. We have a new CEO at the helm of Intel. So I should ask my Intel friends if they're pleased. I'm sure they are. And most of them are Asian. So it's nice to have a fellow Asian engineer at the helm. And yeah, let's go to the charts.
No, see, I don't understand how Broadcom's not capable of running a fab. That's stupid.
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a bit. But yeah, here's the gap up, new CEO up 15%. So yeah, big day for all the Intel holders. Wow. But yes, look at these candles. Nice doji light candles. Market's still a little nervous. And even today's euphoria only got as high as the actual 200-day moving average. Good times. And still, Doji City all across the place. Nothing but fear and doubt. Yeah, and yeah, we'll see if we can get some other owner operators into the lab. Cool. And
So
oh, this
all of those guys would basically need to describe a standard library that's kind of like an ASIC library, because that's what Intel never did right. They never standardized their transistors so that they be very high yield and everybody could just use them. They
but
were always trying to do fancy stuff.
would you imagine these guys playing nice with each other to do that? I
Actually, I can't because they would take the pressure off of TSMC. It would be like a 25% cost
if it,
improvement.
if it streamlines, I see. Okay. Yeah, possibly. Okay, this is a comedy relief here. So Kamala's word salad. It's
I'm willing
hilarious.
to give up whatever might be the trackings of Kamala Harris's particular fondness for nacho cheese Doritos for the sake of getting a big bag of Doritos as I watch the Oscars.
That's the consumer behavior.
And that's right, but here's the thing. At what point do we also uplift and highlight the consumer's right to also expect, and you can debate with me if it should be a right. I think it should. To expect that the innovation would also be weighted in terms of solving their everyday problems, which are beyond my craving for Doritos, but about whatever, and I know the work is happening around, the scientific discoveries, for example, to cure longstanding diseases. But I'm going to throw out another one. And you all, again, please get back to me any information you have. I would love it if there would be an investment of resources in solving the affordable housing issue in America. Like, help me with that. Help me with that.
Governor Harris.
I apologize in case you lost some IQ points just now. It's just like
I've watched that before, and yeah,
this is
I'm sending that to my mom just because
this is
I'm
yeah.
pissed off that she's that stupid.
This is why Mayor Willie Brown stuck something in her mouth to not let her talk.
Actually, I think that somebody choked her. The whatever they call it, choking sex,
Uh, let's just say, you know,
or she's done too many drugs or too much alcohol. Something is wrong with her.
that's the lead prosecutor of SF County, by the way.
She never was capable of doing that. She was just a talker.
Oh my God. We dodged the bullet. You're welcome. Oh my God. All right. Let's talk gangsters and bullshit here. The VTA county office is on like Montague and First Street, and the fucking VDA has been striking all week here. So it's just hilarious. And then they come into my Starbucks, in between working hard with a sign outside, and get their stupid frappuccinos and whatever. But yeah, um, more public servant grifting. But anyway, pivoting to government labor news, there's been 200,000 deactivated Amex cards, and Champagne socialists are pissed. And that made me think of the proxy counts for activity. And this is in the context of China and India. So um, I know they've been lying about their GDP figures and population counts for a long time. So the better marker is to look at actual cell phone registration. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what we did for COVID.
And then the other proxy that I mentioned earlier in the highlights was energy consumption. Industrial energy consumption is the true proxy for industrial output, or even a simpler one. Forget energy. Diesel consumption is a very excellent barometer of true industrial output and consumption because 18 wheelers are fundamental to logistics, ports, trade, and all that good stuff. And my dad was a trucker, so like there's no replacement for high torque trucks, hauling lots of shit.
In China, they went to natural gas or propane or something. And I don't know how you get real data out of China. I
You
mean,
can't, right.
yeah.
And China has their coal shit was all fucked up because they were geared for the high efficiency stuff from Australia. And then they pissed off Australia, and now they have to retool all of their factories and plants for the cheap high sulfur shit that they have.
Well, and they buy during COVID, we sent incredible amounts of coal to them. I mean, just gigantic. Just we made up for all of the coal that they didn't buy from Australia,
Yeah.
which basically shot ourselves on the foot.
Okay, let's talk Department of Education. And I remembered our Department of Education stock, which was Wiley Publishing, the textbook manufacturer. So yeah, that short didn't work. I mean, it worked, but you had to cash out before March, looks like. So yeah, I think that trade, yeah, that trade is not working out so well right now. But yeah, maybe this news article is not very tradable for us. Okay, let's talk from international news. And again, my past life in Macau was babysitting a lot of bottles of expensive wine. So yeah. Oh, and I was cleaning out my storage the other day. I did find my old whatchamacallit, my Macau business card. I I think my shit is still on YouTube. Let's find it really quick. Yeah, if you guys don't remember, when Warren was, how many years ago was this? 13 years ago. Fuck. Um, Yes. So this is my aunt. My uncle and aunt, brother and sister team, they launched Macau's first wine investment trust fund. So and I was the first project manager. So I helped build up the first storehouses. We had physical inventory, everything at 55 degrees. We had warehouses. We imported 8 pallets of Robert Mondavi Special Select Reserve, their Cabernet. Um, and it's incredible to see that in Macau. Yeah. But yeah, this is my past life. So,
So I think they just poured who knows what into the really expensive bottles.
oh, this is decanting. This is a crazy way to decant a lot of wine, but yeah. So yeah, that's just like one of the big expos that they were hosting at the time. But yeah, all of that imploded. All of that. So yeah, everyone got their just desserts. Okay. So yeah, we'll see if Trump throws up nice tariffs on the Burgundies and Bordeaux wines, and he should. He should slap Germany with some wine tariffs too. All right. No oil commodity news. We talked metals earlier. Oh, let's look at what the prices are right now. Are we gonna break 3,000 today? Okay, maybe tomorrow. But yeah, 29.82 for gold, almost 34 for silver. I should have fucking waited another day, but no, that's okay. Time is money. I need to get money deployed as fast as possible. All right, but yeah, let's take a look at gold. And can you imagine being where is it? Let me pull up real quick. Okay. Oh, it's the next article. Okay, sorry. Um, I don't want to talk terrorists. It's this one here. Okay. Here's a cool article I want to show you guys. Okay, here we go. Oh, what is Gary posting? Canadian brewery. Oops. Canadian brewery selling packs of 1461 beers to cope with Trump's presidency. Oh my God. Canadians, you guys pretend like you're not part of the United States. Yeah, good luck with that.
Surprisingly enough, they have a backlog of orders.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So one of the one of the regions sent people to go talk to Trump about actually joining. It was kind of weird this article. I probably should find it.
Okay. But yeah, meanwhile, gold's been amazing. So and with the weaker dollar, it's definitely helping it set all-time highs. And again, if you measure gold in a better currency like the Swiss franc or something, gold's been setting all-time highs for a while. And the US dollar is the laggard for obvious reasons. But yeah.
I've done well with Nugget this morning.
Oh, yeah. All the miners today are blowing up. Like Warren's all smiles. We hit profit target, hours ago. So and the zero DT is just icing on the cake today.
It's pushing up on its second run this morning.
I'm very excited. So yeah. And then ironically, there was a sell-off, people taking profits lately. And can you imagine being the fund manager? You gotta explain to your boss, yeah, gold's setting all-time highs, but I just sold off all our shit. Oops. I'm so sorry. Please don't take away my Christmas bonus. I'm on the talk, but I'm doubling down. See, part of the reason why I sold off a significant chunk of silver was like if silver moves up 1%, that's wonderful. But if I leverage it with options and credit spreads, I get way more than 1%. So, yeah. So that's the rationale there. And maybe zero DT is making me a little impatient. And I'm looking at the stupid rocks that, are under lock and key. And I'm like, you're not doing anything for me. You're a non-productive asset. Time to pimp you guys out. All right. Good times. There's a great chart here. Let's take a look here. All right. So back to macro sector rotation, looking at the XAU from Philly comparing against the NASDAQ. Yeah, we're seeing really gold is finally breaking out. And my time has finally come. I've been waiting, with the gold community since my 20s for these days. And this is still a lot of price suppression, but finally it's waking up in a big way. But the bad part about gold going up is that means Main Street is melting down, which it is. So yeah, can't win everything. Okay. Let's talk China, and I will call it a day. And my head is pounding, so I need to go back to bed. But yeah, let's look at the Shanghai Exchange. Again, fair value for the last 15 years has been at the 3,000 mark, and it's still holding its current highs. But I don't know how long they can sustain this, honestly. And the RMB and charts. One of my really close homeboys is about to go to Hong Kong for several weeks. So I'll have a lot more intel to show you guys in just a bit. And yeah, it should be very exciting.
So do we have any data on that big pile of money that CCP was shoving into the market?
I don't have it at my fingertips, but we can look at the charts and see where how the
No,
market's.
I mean, are there articles that talk about it? Yeah, the only article that I saw said that the money really was just going to banks to sort of smooth out, take all the friction out.
Well, yeah, I don't have the article handy, but a lot of it was for the shadow banks.
Right.
A lot of local bonds. So they're regional. Before they use the local land sales, as collateral for these local bonds. And because that spigot has dried up because of the $70 trillion real estate debacle, now it's relying on Beijing to bail them out directly in a very short term. But solving debt with more debt-based, solving debt with more debt doesn't go anywhere. Like the economic engine of China is fundamentally broken.
Well, so the bank has a value. That was where I was calling it friction. Basically, you have to have collateral to do bond trades, and you don't want to do bond trades with people don't have who aren't trustable.
Right. And
So the central bank and the government can shove money into to reinflate the market. And yes, it's really debt, but they just can write it off. Um, but the local banks have to they have to balance the budget.
correct. They're somewhat more accountable, relatively speaking,
Right.
and therefore more vulnerable.
And if the trust breaks down, that's where, things turn into high friction.
Yeah.
That's where GFC blew everybody up because none of the banks trusted each other with anything.
Right.
Anything but T-bills.
Right. Those hot potato galore, right? And in this context, it's really sad if you kind of back up a little bit and this was China's first middle class in how many several hundred years that they were subscribing to the idea that real estate will preserve your wealth. Yeah, that didn't work out very well. You forgot where you are on the planet. So yeah, what can you say? Like if doing business with mass murderers has consequences, as everyone's finding out quickly. So yeah.
I think they own a lot of real estate in the United States and Canada and Australia.
Wait, sorry, you have a lot of real estate here?
Well, so I think China bought a lot of real estate
Oh, bought a lot of real estate. Yeah.
West also. I mean, it's just like the Russians bought stuff in London. The people who own all the wonderful apartments in London are not people who live in London.
Right. But we'll have to see if I mean, there's been talk on the interwebs of BRICS, uniting and dumping U.S. treasuries. Everyone's always been making that threat, but we'll see.
China supposedly did, but
right.
they're out of money. So I mean, it's understandable if they want to
And
dump
the other hot
$50
potato that people aren't really watching that's also really important is we got to watch what happens to Russian foreign exchange reserves. And if they really raid those accounts, that's going to set a serious precedent. Because relatively speaking, Russia's cut off from the funds, but it's not stolen yet. Oh, not literally. Oh, it is. I guess you call it stolen, but it's not liquidated yet, at least.
Yeah, and that's the reason why you blow people up.
Right.
I mean, it's $300 billion is
Right.
the last number I saw.
Then that goes to von Clausewitz, right? War is politics war is politics by other means.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool, guys. Oh yeah. So our last China article is I'm sorry, go back. Oh yeah. So Walmart is asking its Chinese suppliers to absorb Trump's tariffs, and these factors are already squeezed. Like the Walmart buying and acquisition team are some tough mofos. It's a nightmare. So I'm sure there's a lot of pushback, and Beijing's like, we can't do it, and we're gonna see squeezes, and yep, should be hilarious. And then we got Dortai en route to The Hague, and all the lawyers, at the Bank of International Settlements, is out for blood.
So what is that story?
Duarte dragged kicking and screaming for war crimes against killing drug dealers without due process.
No.
China most affected.
They take me away too then.
Hilarious. But yes, this is wild. So I haven't seen the Philippines so disgraced so obviously. Like they forget you are a vassal state. Never forget that. You speak English for a reason, mofo. All right. My head's pounding.
Didn't he say one time that Hitler was his idol or something like that?
Yeah, Dorte is very controversial, and he's somewhat of a communist. And he's very pro-China. So this is a geopolitical turf war still. And let me stop the recording here.